Uh-oh, I'm too nice. They caught me. Look out.
Yo, yo, what's up?
Hello, everybody.
If you haven't noticed, we are wearing our new t-shirts, people. Even though her little short ass over there, you can't see nothing but her boobs.
I gotta back up. There.
Y'all can see them. We got a couple more that we got somebody working on in different colors. So
I got all the information. I created a video. I could not speak in the video, so I have to do some editing. There was a little stuttering and tongue-tied going on, and oh well.
Nice to see everybody.
Yes.
Been a minute, guys.
We would have been on last night if the internet didn't go out again at my house.
That's what happens when you live in Wisconsin.
That's what happens when you live in the farm area away from town.
Yeah, the cheeseheads.
Yeah,
you're frozen up.
It's peaceful here. I don't have anybody bothering me.
So,
see, Molly likes the no pineapple party shirt.
Oh, Lord.
And Frank's shirt says True Crime with Marv and Frank.
Yep.
So, that information will come out shortly after I edit the video.
But it is good to see everybody. I know it's been a while since we've been on. We've just been working on some other cases and just doing that behind the scenes. And there is an update on Delphi, which comes to Keegan Klein. Everybody knows what happened today.
Not much of anything.
Right.
That's your update. Pre-trial, 6 minutes. Not much of anything.
I'm sure everybody knows that I'm in contact with a news reporter from Fox 59. She sent me the basically a cut down version of their skit that they had for the court date this morning. Basically, it was nothing. It was just saying they're ready for trial. And she did also inform me that none of the family members were there. Nothing about Delphi was ever discussed or anything.
Nope. We're going to have to wait till the trial.
What do I see this light? Everybody. I know. What? Hi, at True Crime House Wife at Miss Light. Oh, there she is. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. Somebody I grew up with.
Ah.
Yeah.
So we just want to say hello to everybody. Yes, the court date was related to only his CSAM charges.
Yeah.
And basically they announced the charges and that was it.
And it just asked both sides if they were about ready for trial, and that's basically what it was all about.
Yep.
So
not much of anything exciting happens. That's why we didn't come on.
Yeah, I was talking to Marv about that earlier today, and when I was in contact with the news reporter, she sent a clip over, and I read it, and I was like, called Marv, and I said, it's not even really worth going live for. It's just a repeat of what everybody else is saying. Just added in that there were no family members or anything like that there. So, plus he wasn't even in the courtroom. It was all done by Zoom.
Yep. All right. So tonight we've got one main topic that we're going to talk about. But before we do that, Frank and I have been talking, and we're going to start doing some pre-recorded videos on different cases and topics. I can do some on my own. He can do some on his own. We can do some together. And then we're definitely going to still have lives together.
Which does bring me to a point.
Hang on. Somebody's requesting to see the shirt. No pineapple parties here.
But I did want to bring back to attention on October 29th. There's going to be quite a few of us that are going to travel up to Delphi.
Yes.
To do it like a little Halloween thing for the girls at the memorial. And plus, I'm going to run some tests while I'm up there I don't know if we're going to do live after I do these tests or if we're just going to make videos out of it, because I've got Joe Skinner and Stacy Skinner from Stories from the Stone that's going to help me with this project. I just haven't decided if we're just going to do a video or if we're going to go live with the information that I come up with when we're done. So we'll let everybody know.
The merch link is not out yet. And the reason for that is because we're doing our merch a little bit differently than how other YouTubers do theirs. Normally there's a store that you can go to, but we have a wonderful duo sisters out of Kokomo that make shirts, tumblers, sweatshirts, all kinds of things. So they are actually going to do our merch. And what I've done is I've increased their prices by $5. So for everything that is sold, for each item that is sold, the channel will get $5 from that. So I have a video that I had started explaining all about the merch, where you can get it from, what you can order, except I made some oopses in the video and I need to edit it. And with my power being out, or my internet being out yesterday, I couldn't get that done. So I promise I will get that done and get it out.
Andrea, are you going to be in Delphi on the 29th?
Oh, yes, I can see again.
I'm waiting on to see if she responds, because if she is, maybe she could have a stock of them while.
Andrea Delphi, yes. She's the one that made our shirts. Oh, let me get this up. I'm so short. You guys can't. I got to stand on my knees for you guys to see the shirt. I ain't tall like Frank.
When I first met her back in March, I was like looking at a child. I was like, damn, she's short.
I came up to what? A little bit above your waist?
Yeah, I was like, Lord. You realize, I said, her daughter's taller than she is.
Yeah, I know. So is my son now, too.
Well, that's to be expected. A male always is going to be taller.
So we're going to be doing some neat things, like I said, with the channel. Sometimes you're going to see videos just pre-recorded with me, sometimes with just Frank. I'm going to teach him how to do it. It's not that difficult. He can handle it. I'll give him written instructions on how to do it. He'll be good.
Yeah.
And then other videos, it'll be the two of us. And then we're also going to continue doing live streams. But it's a way for us to get more content out.
Yeah.
And we're really going to break out and bring you guys a lot more stuff. So we have stuff on Quentin Simon. We have stuff that we're working on about the 4 guys dismembered and found in the river.
Yeah, in Oklahoma, yeah.
I'm going to do one about the Parkland trial, and I'm also going to do one about Alex Jones' trial.
Man, that was nuts. Man, that dude today was out of his mind.
The Brooks trial from Waukesha?
Yeah, my God. Sitting there trying to defend himself, be his own attorney, and I'm like, dude, they're going to eat you alive, bro.
Pam Hurst, thank you so much for the $4.99 super sticker. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Pam.
And I'm sure that we'll talk about him. We'll have to do a video together on him because he's outrageous.
He threw a temper tantrum in court today.
Oh, he threw several. That was
because
just one.
Because the prosecutors were laughing at him and stuff like that, and so he unloaded.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Yes, we're still going to do lives too. But in order to bring you guys more content about an assorted stories, not just Delphi, not just Tabitha, but on an assortment of stories that are happening, we're going to be doing some short videos too throughout the week.
Andrea, I was wanting to know if you were going to be up in Delphi on the 29th, because we got quite a few people I spoke to Randy about this yesterday, and we've got about 20 or so people coming so far. If you have a backlog of shirts or anything made, you might want to bring them up. If you're going to be there, you can sell some while you're there.
No, she makes them as she gets them.
What's that?
She makes the orders as she gets them.
Okay, gotcha. But I definitely want a sweatshirt.
Yes, Polly. I watched the Brooks case all day too. I object. Every question.
Yep.
I object. Leading. He doesn't know what leading is.
Leading the witness.
Yeah, and this does not make me happy either that Mom and Grandma were out boozing it up at the bar
and still got custody of the kids after they went to court the other day.
And while the investigators are searching in the dump. Oh yes, we'll do just for fun videos too. Don't worry.
Those are typically our Friday nights when we have a Friday night available.
And then I got to talk to Frank, and I'm going to try to do it to where one day at the beginning of the month and one day at the end of the month, we do member lives.
Now, member lives, you guys got to understand that stuff that we could talk about just between the members, but it cannot leave the members chat.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been waiting on. I know you guys have been wanting to hear things about Delphi, but right now there's nothing really going on with Delphi, guys. It's just everything's being repeated over and over and over.
But I have some ideas for Delphi videos too that I think you'll like. So,
like we talked about the last live we had, she concentrates on a lot of the other cases. So do I, but not as much as her, because I have my nose so far up Delphi's case right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch every move of anything that happens. There you go, Molly. It stays in Vegas.
That's right. What happens on the Marv Meister members channel stays on the Marv Meister channel. Oh. Okay.
But shall we get to it? We are going to discuss Kristen
Smart.
That's it. Why can't I remember that? Because I remember that day when all that happened back in 1996.
So,
what we're planning to do here is basically just go over the timeline of events, watch a small video from the detective on the case where they discovered the remains of Kristin Smart, and then we're going to get into the trial and the conviction of Mr. Flores.
It would help if I shared the right screen. So, I'm sure a lot of you remember because this happened on May 25th, 1996.
Can you expand that out a bit so I could read it?
Huh?
Can you blow it up a little bit so I can read it?
Some glasses, dude.
There we go.
So she was a Cal Poly University student. She went to a party and disappeared. She was never seen again. They searched and didn't have any clue. Well, had some clues, but not a lot.
As you can see, they legally considered her deceased on May 25th, exactly 6 years to the day of her disappearance.
Right.
Without having any body, a corpse, remains, or anything, they declared her dead. Some states are able to do that.
They did that to Natalie Holloway.
Yes, they did.
But it took many years for her to get legally presumed dead. So, how many of you, if you remember this case, put a 1 in the chat.
See, Molly's already talked about it. They are referencing this case as the Scott Peterson case.
Yeah, I followed that trial, and I don't remember that.
And what's so funny is that Flores' attorney wanted to call Scott Peterson to the stand as a witness on their behalf.
Yes, I heard about that. All right. Let's get to the timeline. I suppose I got to blow this one up too, huh?
Let me guess, it's not going to let us read it. Nope. I was reading it earlier. I don't know why it did that.
I don't want to log in and subscribe.
All
right. Hang on.
There you go. Go back. Okay. There we go. You just passed it.
No, that's the one that was going to charge me.
There we go.
Arrgh.
Oh, here we go. Newspaper articles.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Get out of my way. So you got to remember, this trial just ended. Was it yesterday?
Yep. 2 days ago, actually.
2 days ago. The young man that knew her at school he's not a young man anymore because it's 26 years later, was found guilty.
One of her college friends.
Yeah, and his father was found not guilty.
Yeah, they couldn't come up with the evidence to convict the father.
I thought that one was going to be harder to convict.
Well, considering he's 81 years old also. So I know it doesn't make a difference when it comes to a murder and age and all that stuff like that, but juries do have a tendency to sway toward an elderly man. What's the sense of putting him in prison when he might not even live a couple more years? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get this started.
So in 1996 is when she disappeared. Paul Flores told police Smart walked back to her room after arriving at his dorm. Flores reportedly had a black eye the morning after Smart disappeared. He told campus police that he got it during a basketball game. Later, he changed his story, saying he got it while fixing his car. He claimed to friends he told police he worried law enforcement would think it sounded stupid, and he didn't know how he got his black eye. Well, police went and investigated and found out that he came to the basketball game with the black eye. So he had to change his story at that point. But they didn't have any evidence tying him to the murder.
Or the Kristen period.
Or the disappearance or anything.
Right.
So years went by. In 2002, she was declared dead, and the case was turned over to the San Luis County Sheriff's Office. Obispo?
Yep.
Okay, you read the next couple.
The FBI excavated a site on the edge of the college campus on a hillside about a half mile away from where Smart was last seen with the hope of discovering her remains. San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office spokesman, FBI officers discovered items of interest but did not say what they were. In 2020, the Stockton Recorder reported that Kristen Smart's mother, Denise, was contacted by the FBI to expect a big announcement regarding the case. Once again, the San Luis Obispo Sheriff's Department conducted searches in 2 locations within the county. They also looked in Washington State and San Pedro. The Sheriff's Department also discussed the work they did from 2011 to 2020, served 18 search warrants, conducted physical evidence searches at 9 locations, re-examination of every place of physical evidence seized in the case, or every piece, excuse me, submitted 37 pieces of old evidence for modern DNA testing, recovered 140 new pieces of evidence, conducted 91 person-to-person interviews, and wrote 364 supplemental reports.
So they were working this case.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
It's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but then again, you got to think about this. I mean, between 9 years, it took them 9 years to do all this.
Right.
So put this in perspective when it comes to the Delphi case. We're going on 6 years, right?
Yep.
Think about this. What if it turns out the same way? What if it turns out the same way? It could take another 5-10 years. Pray to God it don't. You know, but this is how things work when it comes to law enforcement. It takes so much time to uncover the stink, the bullshit, the lies, the cover-ups, whatever's going on in any case. So you guys have to understand where law enforcement has to come from.
Now, Molly, it's not very common for you to get a black eye fixing your car.
Sure it is.
But if it were me, it would happen.
Just get you a little bit of dirty grease from the car and wipe it on your eye. There you got your black eye right there.
No, we're talking about an actual black eye.
I know. Oh, now we got Molly being an English teacher. Pronounced San Luis Obispo.
All right. Okay. So in 2021, San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office searched Ruben, the father's home near the 700 block of White Court in Arroyo Grande in March. They brought in cadaver dogs and ground penetrating radar was used. Now that's not cheap.
No.
So Paul and Ruben Flores were arrested on Tuesday. Smart's body still hasn't been found. So you got to remember, this article is like from 2 years ago.
They had to find her remains in like July of 2021.
They haven't found her remains.
I could have swore they said they found her remains under a deck that the father's house.
No, she has not been found yet.
Or was it the video I was watching with the detective? You're on the wrong one.
Yes, I am. Now.
Where's the detective? There it is. The lead detective, evidence of human remains found under. Yeah, that's what I thought.
They didn't actually find her.
Right.
So you want me to show this video?
Yeah. Yeah. Evidence of body found is what it says. That's why I got it.
Stop it. Stop it.
You got your volume on there?
It's buffering. Why won't you stay on? Because it's buffering.
Your internet's acting up again.
It will not let me get to the volume to unmute it. There.
And now to a San Luis Obispo court and a bombshell claim against the man accused of killing Kristin Smart.
We've been following this case against
Oh, come on.
Paul Flores and his father Ruben. Today, an investigator testified that there is evidence a body was buried beneath the deck of Flores' father, Ruben. News Channel 3's Dane Alley is live with more on this.
All right, let me
CJ, very dramatic day here in.
let me see if I can find a different video.
Court beginning in the morning, lasting through the afternoon. Oftentimes.
So one here, while I'm looking for the other one.
Lot to do with.
Let's see if this will work.
That's right, Marla. That podcaster had a lot to do with the outcome of this case. It was his continuous coverage and the pressure that led to the arrest of two people. One of those men was taken into custody at this house in San Pedro.
24 years without a resolution until today.
What happened to Kristen Smart after leaving a college party on May 25th, 1996 is still unknown, but investigators now say Paul Flores, who back then was considered a person of interest in Smart's disappearance, is now the prime suspect in her murder.
I'm here this afternoon to announce the arrest.
All right, let me. Hang on, they said there was an echo.
Yeah, there is an echo.
Opening. That's right, Marla. That podcaster had a lot to do with the outcome of this case. It was his continuous coverage and the pressure that led to the arrest of two people. One of those men was taken into custody at this house in San Pedro.
24 years without a resolution until today.
What happened to Kristen Smart after leaving a college party on May 25th, 1996 is still unknown, but investigators now say Paul Flores, who back then was considered a person of interest in Smart's disappearance, is now the prime suspect in her murder.
I'm here this afternoon to announce the arrest of Paul Flores for the murder of Kristen Smart and the arrest of his father, Ruben Flores, as an accessory to the murder.
Both were arrested at the same time Tuesday morning. 44-year-old Flores was taken into custody in San Pedro, while his 80-year-old father was arrested at his home in Arroyo Grande.
During the search warrant, detectives recovered evidence related to the murder of Kristen Smart.
All right, I don't know why there's an echo. Hang on. All right, let me know if this works or if this is just as bad.
That's right, Marla. That podcaster had a lot to do with the outcome of this case. It was his continuous coverage and the pressure that led to the arrest of two people. One of those men was taken into custody at this house in San Pedro.
24 years without a resolution until today.
What happened to Kristen Smart after leaving a college party on May 25th, 1996 is still unknown, but investigators now say Paul Flores, who back then was considered a person of interest in Smart's disappearance, is now the prime suspect in her murder.
We got a bot in here.
Announce the arrest of Paul Flores for the murder of Kristen Smart and the arrest of his father, Ruben Flores, as an accessory to the murder.
Both were arrested at the same time Tuesday morning. 44-year-old Flores was taken into custody in San Pedro, while his 80-year-old father was arrested at his home in Arroyo Grande.
During the search warrant, detectives recovered evidence related to the murder of Kristen Smart.
I know they took soil samples from his dad's house. about 400 or 500 miles away from here.
Karen Kinsley is Paul's aunt. She refuses to believe her nephew could have hurt his college classmate.
He said he loved her, you know. Oh, he doesn't know what happened to her. So that's all I know.
Smart was a college freshman and only 19 when she disappeared on Memorial Day weekend in '96.
Her friends
told
told
detectives
detectives
Flores promised to walk Smart back to her dorm,
but she
but
never
she never
made it there and hasn't been seen since then. Nobody can figure out where.
All right, I'm just going to stop it because they said the echo's getting worse.
Yeah. You
So
see,
basically what they did is they found an imprint of where they thought a body was underneath the porch of the father's house.
they said they found blood and fibers and
Right, but they didn't they found that it's as if she was under there, but she was moved, and they haven't actually found any of her
bones or right.
Yep. Yes, and the dad was found not guilty.
Crazy. See, we
So
got
what happened is this podcaster, he went out and he started profiling the case. And he started talking to people that were around at that time and actually got some people to give him information that they had not given the police before. And he turned that all over to the police, and the police contacted them. And that's part of what broke this case open in order to arresting Paul and his father.
Yeah, but what bothers me the most is that if they knew from just forensic evidence that the body was underneath that porch, why didn't the father know about it at one point in time?
Right.
That's what gets me out of this whole thing of the father being acquitted.
Well, that's why he was charged with being accessory and whatever, but apparently too much time had gone by and they didn't have enough evidence. So the jury found him not guilty.
And then, see, I agree with Moonlight View. He knew. I'm sure he knew.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, being 81 years old, you know, a lot of people are going to think, well, he's 81. What evidence are you going to have on him?
Right. But this was 26 years ago, too. So, yes.
Yeah.
And you're right, Molly. Neighbors saw Paul and his father doing concrete work under the deck. And that's part of the reason why they checked under the deck or the porch or whatever it was. So,
everybody hit that like button for me, guys.
So, you know, this case just proves that justice will come. It's just not on our timetable.
I mean, look at it this way. The I-70 killer here in Indiana. Look at all the years it took for them to solve that case. Vanessa, they found blood and fibers and stuff like that. That's all they found. So they went to excavate and they didn't find any bones or anything. So that was an indication that she had been moved.
I think they actually moved her a couple of times.
Well, I can imagine why. I mean, not to be disgruntled or anything like that, but if I had a body underneath my back porch, the decomp smell is going to linger all over the place. And they were like, man, we can't have this. So we got to take her someplace else. Hi, Miss Tate. Nice to see you, Pam.
So prosecutors are maintaining that the younger Flores, now 45, killed the 19-year-old during an attempted rape on May 25th, 1996, in his dorm room at Cal Poly, where both were first-year students. He was the last person seen with Smart as he walked her home from an off-campus party. where she became intoxicated. They're saying his father, now 81, allegedly helped bury the slain student behind his home in the nearby community and later dug up the remains and moved them.
Mark's in the chat too. Hey, Mark, nice to see you, buddy.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Pam. How are you? So the defense the son was using was he tried to pin the killing on someone else. And that's where Scott Peterson came in. Because Scott Peterson and his wife Lacey both went
The Cal
to
Poly.
the same school, and Scott Peterson was already convicted of killing his wife, I think they were going to try to put the blame on him. Well, it didn't work. The son's defense attorney told jurors that no attempted rape occurred, and he cast doubt on testimony from witnesses, including a student who was in Smart's dorm who testified to seeing Flores in Smart's room.
Wow.
And they basically said that the reason that this case was not prosecuted for all these years is because there wasn't evidence.
And speaking of Scott Peterson, you know he got off death row.
Yes.
He's no longer on death row.
Yes.
So what's his next move?
So yeah. Oh, it does say behind lattice work beneath the deck.
Yeah.
Okay. So Paul Flores is now going to be sentenced in December. The father did make a statement after the verdicts, and he I did watch that. It's on a video on YouTube, and he basically said that he didn't do it and he didn't believe that his son did it and that they were going to fight the conviction.
I'd say good luck with that.
Yeah. The Smart family made a statement, and it said, after 26 years, with today's split verdicts, we learned that our quest for justice for Kristen will continue. This has been an agonizing long journey with more downs than ups, but we are grateful and appreciate the diligence and energy of the two juries to thoroughly review the facts and reach their decisions. Our faith in the justice system has been renewed by their commitment and effort. We feel fortunate to have relied on the professional talents and commitment of Deputy District Attorney District Attorney Dan Dow, Beth Robe, and our victim witness advocate and paralegal Becky Crate, and the stellar team at the San Luis Obispo County District Attorney's Office. We would also like to acknowledge Sheriff Ian Parkinson, Detective Clint Cole, District Attorney Investigator J.T. Camp, and the San Luis Obispo Sheriff's Office for their tireless commitment to making Kristen a priority. The steadfast efforts of this team and so many others ultimately made these trials possible. Finally, we are thankful for the selfless contributions of Chris Lambert. His Your Own Backyard podcast brought not only new information, but much needed light and attention in our darkest hours by sharing Kristen's voice and story. Our family is comforted and strengthened by the knowledge that Kristen continues to be held in the hearts and memories of many. We will never be able to personally thank everyone, but please know our gratitude and love goes out to each of you who have been with us this long, overwhelming, and emotional journey. We are forever stronger together. Most importantly, to our Kristen, almost 3 decades ago, our lives were irreparably changed on the night you disappeared. Know that your spirit lives on in each and every one of us. Every day. Not a single day goes by where you aren't missed, remembered, loved, and celebrated.
There's Mr. Skillhands.
Hello. What has Paul been doing all these years since her disappearance? I gotta look.
Hold on, I'll get it.
Ooh. Oh, here's some interesting information. 5 facts you need to know. Paul Flores was the key witness in the 1996 disappearance of Kristen Smart. Smart has been suspected to having been abducted and killed in May 1996. Okay, so we knew that. He was a 19-year-old food science major at Cal Poly. Denise Smart told the Stockton Record that she had been contacted by the FBI regarding her daughter's disappearance, said that she was told to be ready. This is going to be something you don't expect. We want to give you support you need. So mom thought he did it. The podcaster thought he did it. And he says, I believe that Paul Flores is responsible of her death, and I believe that he knows where she is currently located. I have no doubt in my mind. Wow. So the biggest mistake I think the sheriff's department made was that the first sheriff commented within 1 year of investigating that if Flores didn't talk, they would never be able to solve this. That was a huge judgment error. I would have to agree.
And Paul Flores was no stranger to law enforcement, according to what I was just reading.
Right. Did you find out what he did for a living?
No, I couldn't find anything.
Flores was offered a 6-year prison term in exchange for information about the whereabouts of Smart's remains.
Wow, now it looks like he's looking at life in prison.
Yeah.
Without that information.
Right. So he was subpoenaed before a grand jury in relationship to Smart's disappearance, but left after just 5 minutes of questions.
They wanted him to plead out the involuntary manslaughter.
Yep, with a 6-year prison term in exchange of where she was located.
And only spent 3 years in prison.
And he left. He took the Fifth Amendment and left.
Well, he can't choose 6 years now, TTM fangirl.
Nope.
Nope. That's already gone.
And in 2016, 4 women came forward to accuse Flores of sexual assault. Wow.
Crazy. Monsters in the world.
Wow. Now that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. He agreed to a plea deal, but never went through with it.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know he's got multiple DUI convictions.
Pretty bad when you got to assault somebody.
Right.
Multiple. You know what I say? Best keep yourself out of trouble. Rosie Palms and her 5 sisters is the best thing.
And I'd have to look back at the trial and the evidence. I do believe they did find some physical evidence.
They found blood, they found fibers, but when I was just reading, they said that the blood was so degraded they couldn't do a DNA test on it.
Yeah. And it was in his dorm room, was it not?
No, I believe it was under the deck.
But there was other evidence that was found, I believe, in his dorm room.
Yep, that's where they originally found evidence there.
So,
let's see if we can tie him into the CSAM case.
Yeah.
Sounds like another sexual predator. Yep, it sure does.
He worked in San Pedro as a dock worker. Okay. So this case just goes to show that sometimes we have to be very, very patient before we get answers and justice.
It just
26 years went by before she got her justice.
I totally agree with that. Then again, it really is sombering knowing what if the parents had passed before they concluded this case.
Well, look at Mark. They're on 20 years waiting for justice for Tabitha.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cases that are over 15 years, 20 years old.
Right.
That need justice.
We're moving along with Tabitha's case, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wonder if he's kicking himself in the butt now that way back when they offered him 6 years.
Yeah, more likely.
You know, to give up the location of her body. And he didn't do it, and now he's gonna probably spend the rest of his life in jail.
And guess what he's gonna become? Somebody's prison bitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know, I remember hearing about this story when I was younger.
Yep, I do
and
too.
I knew that they never solved it. So when this guy got arrested and the father got arrested, I was actually shocked.
And matter of fact, it happened exactly a month after I got married to my first wife.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I remember it. Stephanie, I wouldn't say there's progress, but we're making some headway on some things with that case. That's as much as we can really talk about.
It's my internet. I can tell that I'm watching the internet go up and down. So I'm not surprised.
Ronnie Lawson, what's that, Pam? Check Brandon Lawson, Ronnie Lawson's son in Tennessee. What are you referring to, Pam? Yes, Mark. Yeah, that's what I was answering to Miss Stephanie. We are moving along. It's going to take some time, but we're going to get there.
I mapped out the next phase of the Tabitha videos. I got to get with Mark. Just for some clarification.
Right.
But it's, at least her family now has justice in a way because Paul Flores was found guilty. They still don't have her back, though. That's the bad part.
Right.
And hopefully, after he's sentenced, he will open his mouth and tell them where they can find her. That's my hopes for the family.
I'm hoping it's sooner than later.
I agree.
At least they can have a proper send-off for her and things in that nature.
Right.
Just like Karina McKirkland. I mean, it took them 6 years to find her, and they finally found her, and now she's at peace.
Yep.
Yeah, good point, Molly. If anybody's in the chat, is new to the chat, we are now membership qualified. If anybody would like to join our membership.
And I'm not sure if they actually had any evidence against the father, or if it was all circumstantial, and that's why the jury found him not guilty.
Yeah, see, that's the one thing I was thinking about. I mean, I think the reason why the father got arrested because what they had found under the deck, and it's his property, so you have to look at it that way. Well, they're going to investigate him immediately.
Right.
Just like with the Delphi case with Ron Logan, the girls were found on his property. They're immediately going to investigate the person's property who owns it.
Right. I'm just glad they got this guy off the street.
Yeah.
And he's behind bars where he belongs.
Yep.
You know, at least that's one thing for the parents have, knowing that he won't ever hurt anybody else.
Not at all. Now he's going to get hurt. I hate to say it like that, but
usually it happens.
Yeah.
So, and we'll talk more about that when I do the Parkland Nicholas Cruz trial. We'll talk a lot more about getting hurt in prison. Because that's a given, and
there you go, Molly. Prison justice.
Right now.
More justice is served in prison than it is out in society. That's just my theory and my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an eye for an eye type of guy. If you're going to kill somebody, I mean, and you did it out of malice, you deserve the death penalty no matter what. And that's just the way I feel about it. I mean, that's
another thing we can do on one of the live streams is debate the death penalty. You know, who believes in it, who doesn't. But first I want to do the story of the Parkland shooter because it all goes into that. So
right. He lucked out though.
Yes, he did.
Yep. And now they're doing another investigation on one of the jurors when it came to the verdict.
Yes.
So they might throw that verdict out.
No.
No?
No.
Well, if there's a juror misconduct, they can just go back to an alternate juror and use their vote.
They won't even retry it. They're going to leave it stand.
Wow. Yeah, Larry Nassar, he's in a federal prison. But Blade is over there playing with Taylor.
That's why he's so quiet.
Yeah. Taylor knows how to keep him calm. Taylor's known him since he was 6 weeks old. So.
Aww. Well, everybody, you know, we wanted to come on and we wanted to talk about Kristen. We're thankful that this guy was convicted and is off the streets, can't hurt any other women. Sounds like he had other victims. And I don't know if he'll be put on trial for those other victims or not.
Hey, Vanessa, are you still in the chat?
Yes, Stephanie. Paul will be sentenced in December.
Yeah.
So, in December we'll follow that sentencing because I'm really curious to see what he's going to get for a sentence.
Hey, Vanessa, are you still planning to go to Delphi on the 29th?
Thank you, Moonlight View, for subbing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm hoping he gets life too, without parole.
Well, he's 45 now. He's not going to do life in some states is 25 years plus.
True.
So
very true.
Some people can commit murder and they get out 10 to 15 years. Just depends on the parole board. It's just like one of Manson's followers. I can't remember her name. The parole board recommended parole, and the governor turned around and shot it down.
Yep.
Yes, Vanessa, we're still doing it. I spoke with Randy about it yesterday, and there's going to be somewhere between 15 to 20 people so far, which is all right. I mean, we don't need a big crowd out there. And I don't know if you were on earlier, but I'm going to do some testing while I'm out there. And when I get done with my testing, I don't know if me and Mark are planning to go live with it. What the heck is that?
I don't know, but we ain't listening to Nancy Grace. Okay.
Or we're just going to do a video. We're not sure yet.
He was convicted of first-degree murder.
Tech Death, you'll be up here in Delphi? Cool. I know Vid Inquiries will more likely be there. Vid Inquiries. I know there's quite a few people I know that's going up.
Yeah, I figure he'll get life.
Yeah.
It just depends on how long is a life sentence in California.
Right.
So if there's any chance of him getting out, I'd rather them give him life without parole.
That's more likely what's going to happen. In California, they're good at giving life without parole.
Because I don't think we want to see him ever get out.
Mark, you'll be there? Good. I'll get to meet you for the first time. Yeah. See what happens when you go to Tipton and I'm not there and you meet all these people and now you're not going to be in Delphi. Now I get to meet all these people.
Hey, behave yourself. I've been known to just show up.
But I do recommend that anybody that's planning to go to Delphi on the 29th, please do not attempt to cross the bridge. Do not. I'm just asking you because I do not want to attend a funeral if something was to happen. And Amar put pictures out showing how deteriorated the bridge has gotten since we've been there in March. And I'm like, oh my, that's bad.
Anyways, Vid Inquiry says she'll FaceTime me so I can be part of it from afar.
Well, like I said, I got Joe and Stacy's going to help me with this little project that I want to do. So
if you show up, I'll buy you a margarita.
Hey, we can go to the office and meet Anna. That's where Anna works. But
yeah, we did have fun when I was in Kokomo. I'm telling you, Joe will walk that bridge any day, no matter what.
Joe who?
Joe from Stories of the Stone.
Oh, okay.
When he says it's too dangerous, you know it's gotten bad.
So we'll be filming everything.
Yes, Keegan's still in jail.
He is in protective custody, guys. He's away from the general population, from my understanding.
You should see it. Wait till you see it, Vid Inquiries. It's awful.
Yeah.
So much worse than when we were there.
Journey, what are you calling me naughty for?
Because you are.
'Cause I'm a bad boy. Well, anything else on the plate?
Your friend says he wants to try.
Good luck, Tech Death. Stephanie, it's all speculation why they have him in protective custody. My own honest opinion is when all that information was released about him allegedly snitching on his dad about the red Jeep and everything, he might have been getting threats or something in there for being a snitch. I don't know, but that's the only thing I can think of why they would put him in protective custody. Oh, Grizz, I sent that thing that Grizz did to our email for you to add whatever you want to it.
I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to try to get that out tomorrow. With the internet down yesterday, it put a kibosh to a lot of things.
Woohoo, turn your back. Anne Frank is a naughty. What is that? What are you talking about, Journey?
I'm naughty. Naughty.
Yeah, Grizz, I just sent that over yesterday to her, so she's going to be working on it, buddy. Well.
All right, so today is Thursday, correct? Please tell me.
Yeah.
No.
Football's on.
I don't care if football's on.
Well, you're a woman.
You watch too much sports.
I'm a man. That's what happens. When you grew up around sports all your life, baseball, football, basketball, wrestling, and gymnastics, you can't get rid of that. I'm waiting on you or you're froze up.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow?
Is tomorrow.
Friday?
Is tomorrow.
Are we going to do one of our fun night chats?
We can. The shits and giggles.
I might have to have a drink.
Oh, Lord.
It's been a rough week.
Molly, I didn't say all women didn't like football now.
Yeah, don't be stereotypical.
I'm not. Well, if you're going to have a drink, then I'm going to have my camera off then.
Oh. No pineapple parties here.
Marvin Frank, True Crime with Marvin Frank. This is one of the shirts I think Andrea made a couple different designs. One's on a red shirt, and I can't remember the other color that she did.
You can put it on any color. Okay,
so
Stephanie,
Andrea, if you decide,
I'll make sure I drink the pineapple juice before we come on tomorrow night.
Andrea, if you are planning to be up in Delphi, if you can, go ahead and make me a hoodie, an extra large, and I'll pay you for it when I get up there.
What do you want on it?
I want our emblem and my name on the back.
Well, now you're getting fancy.
Frank Meister. Pam, come on. I know Mark likes football.
Who needs a drink when we have naughty?
My goodness, here we go. Journey's on me.
You keep getting them, Journey. All right, you guys. We have missed you. We are back. This weekend, I will be teaching Frank how to pre-record videos so that we all can keep the channel running. You're going to get videos. You're going to get lives. You're going to get members only chats.
Hold on a second. Pam, what did you want us to send you, hon? If you're wanting a t-shirt or anything, we can hook you up with Andrea Delphi. She's the one that does them. She does them by order. If you're wanting one, we can hook you up with her.
I will give them all the information. I will try to get it out tomorrow.
Okay.
Saturday at the latest, but by Saturday night, it will be out. That's awesome, Jerry. Yeah, Stephanie. Andrea, instead of putting Frank Meister, put naughty.
All right. Somebody explain to me why I'm naughty. Somebody explain that to me.
Oh, I love it, Mark. Keep smiling. It makes people wonder what you're up to.
Yep. Never know what's running through this pea brain of mine. Well, I should say a pea brain.
So, all right. We're going to do our fun night tomorrow night. And then by Saturday evening, the merchandise, I'm going to do a membership and merchandise video. That'll be coming out by Saturday night. So get ready, Andrea.
And one more time, if anybody is interested in going on the little walk that we're having for the girls up in Delphi on the 29th, let me know, let Randy Gravitt know, so we can get a head count. And yes, people, I know that you guys, some people are kind of worried about being in Delphi because of everything that's happened over the last 6 years. Don't worry. I got everybody's back. I got their protection for them. So that's just all I'm going to say.
What was this? You pulled off on the live when Marv was absent?
Huh?
Which, what?
Oh, I didn't do any lives. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just don't do lives.
It's hot in here. Well, that's why I'm going to teach you how to pre-record, and we'll be able to do more videos and lives, and they'll have more content. You can do stories you're interested in. I can do stories where I'm interested. We can come together on stories, still have lives.
Yeah.
And just have a lot more content. Didn't you say a body was found somewhere recently?
Yeah, there was a body found in, it was up in one of the counties around Carroll County. It was found in the Wabash.
Okay. Andrew says, I'm ready. All right.
And it's supposed to be a high of 59 that day, guys, on the 29th. So you might want to bundle up a little bit, because when we went back in March, it was about 40-something degrees at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We froze our asses off.
Okay.
Yes, I am, Jill. I done got my list made. When I die, some of you some bitches are going to get haunted for the rest of your life.
Nice try.
Andrea, just send a link.
I'm going to be the first one.
No. I already got my first one.
Okay.
The ex-wife.
Better her than me. All right, everybody.
All right, guys.
We love you.
Love everyone.
We appreciate you.
Always.
Thank you for your support.
Always.
Go be a voice for someone that is voiceless.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if it's somebody that's missing or somebody that's deceased. It doesn't matter. Always pay forward. Always pay forward. A good friend of mine, Pam Hurst, she is very good at paying forward. And she'll see somebody, a homeless person out on the street, every time she sees one, she stops them and gets them money, or she gives them something to eat, or something in that nature. And that's what we need to do from now on. It's about our fellow man. It's all about our fellow man. Hey, Journey. you ought to
Take
see,
video. Take video.
if you didn't see my little post I posted on Facebook, if you treading on water, you better learn how to swim.
Oh.
All right, guys. You know what our motto is. Peace out.
One
One
love.
love, guys. Good night.
Night. See you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.